Well, howdy, partners. Rise and shine. Okay, not financial advice. This has much risk. Entertainment purposes only. Let's go. I switched up the tunes a little bit. Um, okay, let's go, boys. So, calendar. Thursday. Thursday is a tradable day. We had news at 8:30. It's some orange news for the PM. We don't really care about. Technically, it's like almost tomorrow though, because like we stopped trading at 4, so 6:05. You know. Wait. Oh wow, that's crazy. Let me just okay, 4 hour. This is good. Actually, I'll just quickly show you the trade that we caught yet last night. This is what we took last night. I say we, but basically me. I don't stream my PMs, but I pretty much always will watch the PM. So yep. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of all the drawings. Same for yes. And yeah, let's go back through. Okay, check the weekly candle, see how we're expanding, where we're trading to. We touched quite nicely the order block. We did. I mean, there you go. Closed above mean threshold, the order block on the daily. So I don't really mind too much about that inverse there. It's still possible, you know, that we'll continue lower, but I'm just evaluating some things right now. 4 hour dealing range is clearly that this 4 hour gap would be a point of interest. If not, just look at how we're already still inside a 4 hour gap and possibly, you know, okay, so we got an inverse here. Yeah, I quite like this gap as opposed to this one. I think this one's maybe a bit too much in premium, a bit too deep. So let's continue down to the hourly. I just want to cross-reference with ES. So ES daily looks pretty obvious that it might want to take that low. That's just my first observation. Daily fair value gaps. I mean 4 hour fair value gaps. So we're in an inverse right here. We do have a small one here. And then obviously the dealing range is this. So from that high to that low, 50%. We might want to do a bit of a retracement. That's fine. I'm going to mark that as sell side because I do believe that, you know, that market maker model is trying to hit that sell side. There's been no smart money reversal yet to confirm something with enough displacement like this to confirm. So I'm just assuming that we're trading back into this range. Okay, very nice. So I can actually expand this now to make this a bit cleaner to watch. 15-minute chart. Yep, all looks fine. Made equal highs. Let's check opening range gap. So from where we closed, we're gonna slightly gap up. Alright. Yeah, so we saw the rough equal highs. That's definitely pretty much going to get taken. Gap up for opening range gap. Let me double check what the daily profile is suggesting. So we currently have a Monday high of the week and Wednesday low of the week. So with that in mind, it's more than like, because Monday filled in a higher time frame PD array. Unless this is now the actual reversal point, I do not think that we will take out Monday's high for at least to the rest of this week. Okay, meaning that yeah, this now just as a retracement becomes a bit more appealing. We'll see though, could be wrong. Premium discount market maker structure. Oh yeah, the daily profiles. Let me just. Okay. So what did Asia? Asia gave us basically a consolidation, but only because I'm going to include the PM slightly in that. I know I kind of shouldn't, but or maybe you could say London was some kind of seek and destroy almost. It took a high, took a low, took an intermediate internal high, took an external low. Yeah, it's possible we could get a seek and destroy day actually, but Otherwise, actually, maybe it just today is like working inside this range for the next continuation. Reversal. Right, 5 minutes until the open. I am confident about us short term looking for buy side. We have touched a so the dealing range for me is this low to this high. We do have a BPR, do we? Wait, let me double check. Oh, we do, and we also do have a BPR to support the 8:30 midnight trade. Okay, because 8:30 is here, and we're buying above midnight and 8:30 perhaps. So I will keep an eye on this because that is the first. PD array. Okay, YM's not looking too good. DXY is covering itself to trade inside the range. Bonds, equal lows. And the treasury does look like it's got a lot of buy side ready to tap. Okay, ES did touch midnight. I would prefer another sweep, a better sweep. So this is good. Okay, let's double check that we're not getting. Yeah, this is better because now we've got a lower point of interest. Kind of hoping that we make some kind of fair value gap down here though. That would be a bit more appealing. We'll see. Maybe a touch of 830. Okay, we touch 830. That's nice. That's a better scenario. I can get rid of this now at the top, and I can. So actually, let me sort out this. Um, that's fine. I'm basically eyeing up this 2 minute right here, right now, until we get something else that it's created. It hasn't created yet, but maybe it makes a 3 or a 4 or a 5. I'm just curious as to what's being planned. But all of these look like it might serve as well, so. Okay, this is actually where I need to be vigilant. Okay, so currently the 2 minute will be the larger, no, the 3 minute, because it's got the exact same size. And so, yeah, basically, I'm looking to take a trade from this up to buy side. Okay, 2 minute is almost confirmed. Let's see how this 15-minute candle is playing out, because let's check YM. Oh, YM's, bro, YM is doing a madness every day. DXY is trading higher. Okay, yeah, equal lows on them bonds. That's right. Okay, currently 3 minute is most appealing. If we make a 5 minute one, even better. That's like the most high probability scenario. 5 minutes. Gotta love my 5 minutes. I think we'll create a bit of a top wick. Is it possible that we leave that buy side? At the only point we'll know that is once, let's say, this next 15-minute candle closes here. Then we know kind of for sure that that's getting left, and that now we're looking at sell side. But for now, this just looks like a normal retracement back into the range, touching 50%. In fact, OTE. So you've got that. Right, let me work with some numbers right now. So hmm. Let's keep an eye on the 5 minute because that would be the highest probability scenario out of all of this. Hmm. Yeah, still sticking to my bias of trading higher. I wanna. Okay, actually, now we've got a better Fibonacci to be drawn. That's better. There we go. So that I still might have to keep redrawing. Gotta be patient on that 5 minute. But if that closes nicely, got a little gem on our hands. Okay, look at ES. ES is already reacting nicely, actually. It's providing that continuation of. It's kind of what we want to see on NQ. Or is it? Let me see. Huh. I hope we're not just touching back into that. But yeah, okay. Let's see. We'll have to watch NQ. Double check YM for its strength. Okay, so YM's also strong, which means they kind of should drag it higher. Should get good probability of this. 26 seconds. Okay, 20, 18, and then I can, as long as we don't close in too much of this box now, I can use the 5. Yeah, okay, that's nice. So I'm using the 5. We're gonna get another sweep? It's likely that, let me see, what happened exactly at 9:30? Because our regular trading hours gap opened here. So we filled partially, like 25%. if you want to say that this candle is the breaker, you know, oh, that's the 2-minute chart. Okay, so we got the order block here. That is the breaker. Right. Or even, yeah. Is a bit of a deep retracement. I'm just going to monitor the 15-minute chart, and essentially if we get a closure below this 15-minute here, I'll be considering a different sort of bias. And same with ES. If we get a closure below this 15-minute on ES, right? Like these are okay. So first day, I would class these as high probability order blocks, which makes them good reclaimed order blocks. Let me check the hourly. Okay. Because it doesn't have to always take every buy side before it goes down. In terms of, it has to leave some kind of relative equal highs for the market maker model that's going to come up eventually, you know? Like, at some point in time, it's going to have to come back up and it needs targets to hit. Like, look, staggered highs. It just so happens to be that these are equal, right? But look at these lows here on the left. They looked very close. At one point in time, it would have been like this, and you thought, it has to take it. It has to take that low. But then look what happens. So it's okay to see something that you didn't expect and then change your bias, I say. And yeah, is is DXY still climbing? Sort of. That's why I'm just on the 15-minute now, monitoring it nicely. There's no point trying to check that lower time frame because as soon as this closes below, I'm getting rid of them. But you know, you just literally never know. That 1-minute candle might do a madness. Doubtful. I'm gonna swap that from buy side to sell side. This is a reclaimed. Reclaimed. Oh no, don't. Yep. Okay, now I'm waiting for the opposite. So now I'm waiting for a retracement back into here to continue lower. If we do just take this low, that's fine. That's kind of telling me that we've inversed the entire opening range gap, which was here. And we're actually going to take this low. So that's just the first objective. Yeah, this is looking almost very like a seek and destroy day. So then actually, maybe if it takes this low, it's not a high probability. Look, it's taken Asia's high, Asia's low. Intermediate, it's made an internal low. It took London's low again. took the internal high. Now you're telling me it's going to take the low. That is seek and destroy. Especially when it creates these internal, like, look, it doesn't always just take the low, then the high, then the low. Because look how big this pattern would have to get. Whereas basically what's happened was this. Took the high, took the low. Bit more sneaky. Okay. Yo, there's some funky music, bro. There we go. Yeah, so just kind of looking for retracement, sweep, some inverse opportunity. And that sweep is just always there to confirm that you're not going to get. Like if you just a retracement feather inverse might lead to a few more losses because of that sweep needing to happen to start the sell program. So it kind of just guarantees it. But then sometimes you do miss out because then sometimes it does that. It's a better trade-off though, for sure. Let's check that 5-minute chart because these 5-minute silver bullets have been working quite nicely. Yeah, look at that. That 5-minute that we spoke about. It was used nicely. Closed below this candle. We're now going to use this as an order block to then trade lower. Which, I mean, it already had done at that point, but just to prepare myself, I'd rather see further sell side objectives. So what was this? Oh. So the next low is here. And then on the higher time frames, let's just make sure we're checking. Yeah, that's fine. Price will now rebalance this leg and also find the area of overlapping PD arrays, right? So you're always going to look for them 3 PD arrays or even more if you can as a higher probability short. So you wouldn't necessarily just short here because of how low it is. Okay, if we were to look at the 5-minute, no, 15 I'd say. It's like, where's their next? So this is, I think, a Reaper fair value gap, if I'm not mistaken, because it took a buy side, closed above, took buy side, closed back below. So now, I don't ever use that. I think I think this is a bit of mumbo jumbo, if I'm gonna be real, but it's there. Okay. Inverses are slightly higher. We've got our 8:30 higher. We did touch midnight. Old highs and old lows being touched now. Oh, there we go. So it created a 5 minute and touched straight into the 5 minute. At the same time, ES has touched into its 5 minute order block. This is, I think, probably the catalyst to trade lower. So it might be a missed opportunity for us, but if we can spectate this. So in relation to the opening range gap, we have this small portion remaining, so not much at all. And if we check regular trade now, is to see if we've, I was gonna say, see if we took liquidity. We didn't. Oh, bro, do you know what bothers me? That gap up there really bothers me. I'm gonna be honest, it kind of looks like we swept the low, made an order block, gapped higher, traded back down into that. It is still possible, but maybe that's not what I should be putting my focus on. Instead, I should be putting my focus on things we can clearly see, which is kind of that 5 minute and the 15 minute relationship between ES and Q. Like the PD arrays they're respecting. Okay. Oh, snipe. And so this is going to be that internal low taker. Come on. The 5 minute did play out quite nicely. In fact, it made another order block. Does this candle respect the trend and continue? So we left equal lows here. So we've got equal highs and equal lows. That's what I'm seeing. But I'm all for this coming up now and giving some kind of retracement potentially. To eat like, nah, there's no way this leaves this equal low and then takes that equal high. We'd need to see a reflection of that on ES to be certain. Bro, YM just does what it wants, you know. It actually just does. If you bought the opposite of the direction at like 9:30, like so if it traded lower all day, if you just bought, you'd win. Traded lower, you just bought, you win. Traded lower, if you just bought, okay, this one's a bit sticky. Traded higher, if you sold, you would have took a win in that. Sticky. I don't know. I don't get how this is doing this, bro. Some pokey. The Russell. Imagine trading the Russell. Oof. Alright, there's a random distribution between wins and losses over any given set of variables in a series of trades. There's a random distribution. That means if you lose, you shouldn't feel like you're wrong. If you win, you shouldn't feel like you're right in terms of that particular trade. Okay, because that's a bad way to think. You don't want to place a trade, do all your technical analysis, it wins because and then think the problem isn't the winning, the problem is then thinking because of all that technical analysis, you managed to guarantee that trade a winner because of how in depth you went. Whereas that's not how that works. Anyways, that's the kind of stuff I'm working on right now. Making sure that psychology is foolproof. Absolute bomb shelter. I think Tanja took a trade here actually. Did she take a sell? I think she was looking at some like here. Wasn't she? I swear she was. Man, alright. We made a 15-minute gap. We touched into the 15-minute gap inside the reclaimed order block. What are we asking for? So we would like... ideally to see some kind of I don't know whether we'd get it, but some kind of displacement up, leaving a fair value gap. This would be enough and adequate for our sweeps. Then we just need an inverse. That's all. However, let me just double check. Oh. Okay, no, we need to go back through the 15-minute now, because this ain't good. This is telling us one thing, and this is telling us the other. If you didn't see NQ's chart, and you saw this on the 15-minute chart, okay, even 1 hour, right? Like, look, 1 hour has shown massive respect to this gap, traded higher. This last candle just did a sweep of 2 hourly candles and everything. I did do a sweep of a higher too. 15-minute traded lower. Is that just a retracement? Is that what that is? I just don't know if I should think like that. They left equal highs. It did actually close above. And it closed above this candle here too, which is a bit concerning. Makes me think that maybe this is an order block. The 4 hour. The 4 hour closed above these two black candles here. Is that now an order block? Just some thoughts. Okay, let me check NQ again. Because I like to use, if I'm checking NQ, I'll always check ES and YM. And so if 2 out of the 3 are showing me some conflict of bias, then I'll always side with. Okay, YM did just take Asia high. This is just something I'm looking at for now. I need to... Yeah, okay, this is something I'm looking at right now in terms of a long. 19897. Hmm. I am not entirely sure. Hmm. Hmm. Is that 5 minute immediate rebalance? Oh yeah, I'll be back in a second. I gotta do something. Oh snap, what timing, bro? That's crazy. Alright, I can finally talk now. I'm looking back at this and I'm thinking, okay, so yeah, officially, yeah. Hold on. Yo. Hmm. AM sessions have been so dead for me recently. I get all my PM, all my winners in PM. I'm trying to explore the the reason sort of why this happened. So I had previously drawn that we wanted an up move inverse to trade lower, and we did actually get that. And so if I'd have took the short, I'd have won. Okay, but that's not what ES reflected, because as that was going up to trade in this fair value gap here, this one closed above here, making this an sort of doing this for my own. Bro, wait, well, let me see if yo, bro, what is that profile picture? Oh, it's not. Hmm. Yeah, it's a bit peak, but I felt like I got sort of manipulated by how price was being printed. Damn, that's crazy. That one candle on ES just ruined it all. So what I had originally thought was that even though this made equal lows, I had thought that this was just touching the rejection block. So I was using that as my PD array. Well, on to the next one, I guess. On lookers, I'm a dip now. Safe people. Skr skr. I need to go investigate this.